Dear students, about the distributed systems, in the last class we discussed about the fault tolerance. Is it not? In the last class we discussed about the fault tolerance of distributed systems and process resiliency and reliable client-server communication and group communication and recovery. Okay, and now we are going to discuss about the distributed object-based systems. The distributed based object systems. Okay, so this topic is going to explain about the objects, is it not? So when we design the application, so we treated that all the objects only, is it not? So here we are going to discuss about the various objects are there involved in distributed systems. Okay, see, if you see the definition of the distributed object based systems is it is explaining about the objects. Is it not? How we are going to treat it, everything it as a object. So in distributed object based systems, the notion of an object plays a key role. It is always played a key role because we are going to design every object, is it not? And in principle, everything is treated as an object and clients are offered services and resources in the form of objects. Yes, always. So treated as a objects and to give the services and resources, and that can be invoke. Okay. So the common object request broker architecture, that is COBRA. That is common object request broker architecture, CORBA, is a standard developed by the object management group. Okay, so now we are going to discuss about the CORBA and how it is going to related with the objects in distributed systems. Okay, to discuss about the CORBA, see, this is the overview of the CORBA. Okay, this is the overview of the CORBA. So how this CORBA is you can see that architecture, how CORBA is designed. Here this CORBA is designed with the object request broker. Just now we have seen. Okay, with the object management request broker. Object management request broker is communicated with the applications. Is it not? It is the way it is communicating from place to place. Is it not? Actually, the basic idea of our distributed systems, how we are able to communicate with the system to system. So, in that, this object request broker is communicating with the application of objects and vertical facilities domain specific. Vertical facilities domain specific and horizontal facilities, how it is treating it is, and common objects. What are the common object services are there? Okay, so think about the object model, how that object model is treating, like it is that client machine, is it not? Somewhere at a resource or area, and client machine is there, that client machine is having that net connection, everything. So how it is communicating, client application is there, client application and object, that is server machine is also there. So how the environment is set up, we are going to explain here. The environment setup from client side and the server side. Okay, so client side, our system is accommodated like client application, static ideal proxy, and dynamic invocation interface and ORB. Okay, and it is communicating with the client ORB, and it is communicating with the networking, and it is communicating with the server machine. Okay, so in the same way, server environment is also object implementation. What are the, see, it is like request and sending manner, is it not? Object adapter, and what is the overview, skeleton overview, dynamic skill, how it is communicating, and ORB, what is the interfaces. Okay, so these are the CORBA services and the description. What is the, it is the meaning of and how it is working like. See, collection. What is the service? Collection. CORBA service collection is nothing but facilities for grouping objects into lists. It is facilitating the grouping objects into lists, queues, sets, etc. Okay. Query, as you know, facilities for querying collections of objects. In the last class, we have seen it is queuing, is it not? So like that, it is querying and collections of objects. Okay. Concurrency, facilities to allow concurrent access in the step-by-step process, how the sequence of instructions packets are for performing. Concurrency, facilities to allow concurrent access to shared objects. Transaction, how the transactions are performing. Okay, so like that there are many services of Corba and it is explained with the description. Okay, and externalization, how it is beyond the server, how it is going to communicate with. Okay, what is the life cycle of the packet, how it is facilitates for creation, deletion, copying and moving of objects. Okay, and licensing, facilities for attaching a license to an object, how it is communicating and how it is explaining about the license. And naming, facilities for system wide name of objects. See, when the connection is established from source to destination, so that naming is also will be there, and that is explaining about. Property, facilities for associating attribute value pairs with objects. Okay, so how it is going to facilitate the attribute value, okay, of the objects. And trading, how it is communicating trading facilities to publish and find the services on object has to offer. Okay, and persistence, facilities for persistently storing objects. Okay, relationship, how it is going to relate with the between other objects. Security, okay, the authorization and auditing channels. Time, what is the time? It is current time within the specified error margins. Okay, so like that. Object invocation models, that is what is the request type, what is the failure and what is the description. So synchronous at most one, synchronous in the synchronous sequence, so rarely it is using for one way, is for one way, and deferred synchronous, it is like other than the synchronous at most ones. Okay, see, the event and notification services, how the objects are going to be performed is explained in the event. Okay, here you can see that consumer to the supplier, is it not from source to destination? Okay, how these events are going to perform. So consumers are pushing some event to the supplier. Okay, so in between there is a mediator that is called event channel, is streamlining, is synchronizing according to the inputs of the source sending to the destination. Okay, event and notification services in the same way. So sometimes suppliers also ask something which is related to that. Okay, so if it is not clear information about the some request, so they may ask the response also. Okay, messaging, so how the messaging is going to take the place. Okay, call by the application, when a request is from the source, it is going to ask about client application, is explained like client proxy, who is going to take the on his part of the that packet to the next, and client ORB and callback interface, how the things are communicating, integrating, and it is going forward. Okay, what is the response from the server? These are all the internal things of the Corba. Okay, so this is also interoperability, how the things are going to be, and the description and the events occurred in Corba. Okay, request from client to request contains an invocation, is it not? Always client will give some request, is it not? So reply from server, locate request. Okay, so from client side, where the client is situated, and locate reply from server also. Cancel request at any time, request is from the customer, there is a chances of cancel from the request, the client. Close connection for both, message error and fragment for both. Okay, how, what is the things will be there in the client side. Okay, it is, you can see the request level and message level. Okay, so when you request something and that request is going to as a message and it is going to the server. Is it not? Here it is going to the server. From server also just now we have seen we can get the clear information about the request and we can pass the information, right? Here it is going to explain about the portable object adapter. Portable object adapter is explaining about what are the active objects are designed. What are the active objects are designed for the servant or for the request from the client or request from the client, and each request is giving some unique ID, is it not? That is 01D1, 01D01 like that. Okay, each request is giving some the unique ID, and according to that that servant is going to receive. Here you can say according to the request of the servant, it is going to receive the information from the destination, that is the from the server, okay. See how the agents are going to take the initiation of that. How the agents in the first slide that we have seen, agent is communicating from the source to destination. Is it not in the first slide? Okay. So here how the agents are communicating with the standard CORBA interface. Okay. So agent with just now we have seen the servant is generating a request with ID and it is communicating to agent system A. Okay, that is system A, system B, system C, where different regions. Okay, so in the different regions are how the systems are communicating. It is clearly explaining how the systems are communicating in a region place. Okay, that is standard CORBA interface. Okay, between the systems, how it is going to communicating. This is explaining about the when it is requesting and it is going to give some reference, is it not? So repository identifier, profile ID and profile and description and the content. Okay, tagged profile, that is tagged profile, what is the client is requesting. Okay, client is requesting for interoperable object reference, what it is actually is needed. Okay, so here it is communicating with the profile ID. Is it not? Here it is identifying the profile ID and it is IOP version, and version is combining of host, hostname, port, object key and components. Okay, where object key is contains of POA and object identifier. Okay, POA and object identifier, and the other service specification, the related information also is having the object key. Okay, whenever the object is generated, object key is having that is POA identifier and object identifier and the related object information. Okay, and this is also explaining about object reference, just now we have seen. And here client, what is the client is requesting. Okay, you can see here client is requesting to object server. Okay, and at the same time client is requesting the implementation repository, so that it is communicating this object server and a repository, and based on the request the information is receiving from the for the client. Information is receiving to the client. Okay, caching and replication, as we studied about the cache information, how that information is going to store in cache memory. Okay, how that information, that request and receiving everything, how it is going to store in the cache memory. So here in cache memory, it is, we know that it is expensive memory compared to the main memory, and this cache memory is having the cached object and different objects. Okay, it is allocated with the different objects and cascade RTS. Okay, again it is going to divide into cascade RTS and server and interceptors and local operating system. Okay, it is communicating with the invocation and object. Okay, and method invocation control, policy object and invocation request. Okay, how this caching and replication are communicating. Caching and replication are communicating, we can see here. Okay, here it is explaining about object groups. object groups. That is, object groups are explaining about repository identifier and profile ID. Profile ID is nothing but how we are requesting something, that requesting ID, and just now we have seen. Okay, and interoperable object group references. Okay, so tag primary, everything just now we have seen. We can see that Corba architecture is like this. Corba architecture is like this. This is the example of architecture, that is that how this Corba system is going to implement. It is replication manager is having the object group manager and property manager. Okay, object group manager is contents of the objects. Okay, objects are containing object manager, and what is the property of the objects is known as a property manager. Okay, is from client side, is from client's side. Okay, and here from server side, logging recovery, how it is going to recovery of that client information through ORB and interceptor. Okay, interceptor is nothing but to communicate from the client and to the server. And what is the replications? Okay, so what is the replications? How it is going to share the information to the client. Okay, see, this is explaining about the security, how when the objects are transmitting and from clients to server, how it is going to perform and what are the security issues are generating. Here you can see through the network from client to server, client environment, it is security service. Okay, this diagram is explaining about how the security issues are related to the object. Okay, client object is contains security service and for the different objects. Okay, object is having the policy and the ID. Okay, for different policy objects, it is going to give some security issues through that, and it is communicating through the network to the server. Okay, so from client side it is security service, and from object the server side it is policy object, policy and security service. Okay, this is also same like just now the last slide. This is the overview of the DCOM. Okay, overview of the distributed component object model. Overview of the distributed component object model, how it is looking like. It is active controls and OLE, object linking, embedding and COM. Okay, and how it is going to have the active controls are having the document and document grouping and scripting. Okay, it is explaining about document and grouping and scripting. Okay, so that is object linking and embedding is explaining about embedded, document linking and in place editing, and these are all diagrams are explaining how that internal things are, how the is performing, how the internal things are going to perform. Okay, so that is the COM is explaining about inter-process data transfer and persistent storage, persistent references and object activation. Object and activation. Okay, here it is object model. Object model is like it is explaining ideal specification is connecting to the ideal to interface compiler. Okay, ideal into interface compiler, and it is generating the memory table. It is generating the memory table. Every instruction is giving some output and it is specifying, it is storing in some register. Okay, it is storing some register, is explaining like this: pointer to method implementation, pointer to method how the instructions are storing in various registers. So how it is going to point to where it has to be stored. What is the data, it is based, what is the data based on the data, and it is going to store where the information in which place, in which register that information is stored is going to point. Okay, so through the memory table. Okay, and this ideal specification is also is communicating through the compiler, language compiler, through this prototypes, C, C++, Java. What are the different IDEs? There are no IDEs. So what are the requests are coming from the number of more than one request are generating from the request is one type of class, C++, Java, or whatever it is. Okay, so it is communicating from ideal to the compiler, and it is related to the standard programming language. So for our convenience, it is a different environments. It is like Java, C, C++, like that. But to the system, it is everything same, and it is converting to the bits zeros and ones, and it is communicating through the language compiler, programming language compiler, and through the compiler specific code. Compiler specific code. Okay, tab library and registry. How the library functions are using in Corba. Okay, client machine object server. Okay, from client and object. Where from client side it is related information to the request. Where from server side it is the response of the client request. Is it not? So here you can see that SCM, supply chain management, is communicating through the server and from client application. Okay, that is proxy, marshaller, and client proxy. Okay, through the local operating system to the through the network, and it is communicating to the server. Okay, so object the server the specification is like different objects. Okay, so different objects are communicating, and here proxy marshaller and object stubs. Okay, it is storing as a object stub, and through the local operating system it is going to store through the registry, that is the server. Okay, to the server. DCOM services. Okay, DCOM services, distributed component object model. What are the different services and what are the definitions? Okay, here it is explained. Collection is ActiveX data objects, and query is like different queries, and concurrency, that is thread concurrency. Transaction, how complex automatic transactions are going to perform. Event, how that events are going to communicate. Notification, how that it is going to give the notification life cycle. Licensing, naming, like everything. Okay, what are the different services are of DCOM? Here it is explaining about the events, how the event is going to occur from the that client and at the server side. Okay, how the events are occurring. So from the supplier, that is the request side, it is interface containing. So always it is the interface. What is the interface of the object? Is it not? So the object is interfacing through the event object. Object interface is communicating with the event object through the event store. Okay, through the event store. From event store again it is going to the server side, that is consumer, that is the number of what is the instruction number. M event is nothing but the event and consumer and the next instructions okay, is communicating with the object implementing, that is the total number of events. Okay, how the clients are going to communicate just now, is it not? That is explaining a different aspect, and this is also explaining from different perspective, that is process A, process B, a different systems, how it is going to communicate from the client side. Okay, so process A, process B, two client, that is client application is through the client proxy and proxy marshaller. Okay, through the proxy marshaller, and it is communicating with the process B. Okay, process B, and throughout this client proxy it is communicating with the object server through the binding information, that communicating with the object server is known as the object stub. Object stub. Okay. Okay, so monikers. What is the meaning of the moniker? Moniker is nothing but giving a nickname to the particular request. Okay, giving a nickname for a particular request. Here you can see the monikers as clients. Okay, clients calls bind moniker at moniker. Okay, clients generally will call as a, from client side it is calls bind moniker. Okay, bind moniker giving one type of a nickname. Okay, that is SCM is for loads class object. Okay, loads class object. Different monikers are there from the client. So class object is used for creates object and returns interface pointer to moniker. Okay, so this class object moniker is for what? It creates the object and returns interface. The returns that communicates and pointer to the moniker. Okay, like that object moniker and the different monikers are there from the client side. Okay, so these are all the monikers: file moniker, URL moniker, class moniker. It is everything is related to the file moniker is reference to the an object constructed. URL moniker is reference to the object constructed. Okay, class moniker is reference to the class object. Like that, every moniker, class moniker is reference to the class. Like that. Okay. Here we can see that Active Directory. Active Directory is explaining about the DNS and clients. Is explaining about the DNS and clients, how these DNS and clients are communicating, asking for host address of domain controller in a given domain. Okay, so how that host information, that address it is going to give, so that the connection can be established. So that the connection can be established, it is giving through the request client, and it is generating the information, the respond to the DNS, so that the host address can be given. Okay, and it is communicating through the domain controller. It is communicating through the domain controller. Okay, so in the last class we discussed about the fault tolerance. Fault tolerance is nothing but it is to overcome from the problem, is it not? Tolerating is to synchronizing. In other words, you can say to simplify the errorness and to execution. It is the way of the execution of the packets. Okay, fault tolerance, and what are the different attribute value and what is the description. Requires new, requires underscore new is explains about the new transaction is always started at each invocation. Okay, so required is used for a new transaction is started if not already done so. Required and requires new. Okay, and supported, not supported. Supported is for join a transaction only if caller is already part of one. Okay, not supported is never join a transaction. It is not at all supporting. Disabled, it is never join as a transaction even if told us. Okay. Declarative security. Declarative security, what are the that issues are generating? That is none. None is in terms of no authentication is required. Okay. Connect is going to establish the connection. Authenticate client when first connected to server. Call. So call authenticate client at each invocation. Each invocation client can give a call instruction, so that the authenticate to the client invocation. Packet. Okay, authenticate all data packets. When you give the packet, so he is going to authenticate for all the packets. Packet integrity. So how the authenticate is giving for the packet, data packets, and do integrity check. Okay, packet privacy. Packet privacy is for authenticate integrity check. Authenticate integrity check and encrypt data packets. Packet privacy is for encrypting data packets. Okay, in the same way that programmatic security is also is given. Programmatic security is like, that is DCV, private, public, Kerberos, and non-name DC. Okay, so like this, private, how it is going to private, authenticate based on a shared keys. Public, how it is going to use for a public keys. Okay, and it is using for Windows NT security. Okay, Kerberos authentication. Kerberos authentication, it is going to give the GSS underscore Kerberos. Okay. This diagram is going to explain about global object model. Global object model, it is also, as organization of a global distribution shared object. organization of a global distributed shared object. So what it is explained here? It is explaining about the distributed shared objects, how the objects are going to distribute through the network. Here you can see that objects, okay, so object is containing the local object and it is communicating with the process, is it not? So here we can see the four objects, how it is going to process through the network to the interface, is it not? See, these are the interface, how the object is communicating between the processes. Okay, between the, just now we have seen the different processes, how the objects are going to communicate through the network, through the network. Okay, and these are the definitions of the objects. Okay, global object model: add element, delete element, all elements, set root, set get root. Okay, set root is set the root element, get root is a return the root element. Okay, get content, and put all content. Okay, so these are the keys are using for the object model, global object model, right? Global object model for the different methods: get properties and set properties, and uh, checkout elements and check-in elements. Checkout elements is for check out a series of elements, and check-in elements is check in a series of modified elements. Okay, this is the process to object binding. This is the project process to object binding. That is how it is the client environment is looking like. How the internal client environment is looking like. It is client will have the that is communicating with the naming service. Okay, naming service, that is by giving a name, so that the naming service again it is going to get the to the client and object handle. Okay, object giving an object by naming, that object is returning to the client and again it is going to that object to handle. So where it is going to location service, from location service again it is going to set address, select the address, from there it is going to class, the object is going to classify, with the class object, local object. Okay, class object and local object. So from there it is going to the load. Okay, it is going to load to the server. Okay, so from there it is going to make a contact, from there it is going to make a contact, that is it is going to distribute shared object, distributed shared object to the location service, distributed shared object to the location service. See here you can see that different objects. So object and object contains the interface, is it not? So interface is explaining about through which object, through which that object is related to. Okay, from this the objects again it is going to location service, and location service is going to the client environment, to the client environment. Okay, so what are the different services are there for global service? Collection, concurrency. Concurrency is used for object implements, its own concurrency. Transaction is for object representing to transaction manager. Okay, life cycle is using for the objects combined with for object implementation, that what is the individual object is performing from the initial stage to the receiving stage. Okay, licensing, naming, the different services are there in globe services. Okay, so how it is communicating between the processes, how it is going to communicate between the processes. Okay, so here we can see this is going to explain about how it is going to control replication, communication, okay, and semester. Okay, and local object process B. Here local object process A, local object process 3. So here we can consider the three processes, how the three processors are going to communicate with the internal the process and the communicating beyond the processes. Okay, through the request path, through the reply path and replication, through the request path, through the reply path. Okay, between the three processes, how the objects are going to communicate. Okay, and globe service different services bind. Let's the server bind to given object. Add binding. Let's the server bind to an object. Object is adding. Okay, create okay, let's the server creates a local object. Okay, and remove local object. Unbind, that is DSO, that is distributed services object. Okay, like that. These are the different fields in object reference and contact addresses. What are the different fields? Protocol identifier. Protocol identifier is used for a constant representing a known protocol. Protocol identifier is having one identity to the protocol, and it is giving the constant, it is representing. Okay, protocol address. Protocol will have the address and implementation handle, that how it is going to implement. Okay, how can you give the naming globe naming services. Okay, globe naming services of DNS. Okay, it is explaining about the client's DNS globe name resolver. Clients are DNS or globe name resolver is communicating with the DNS name server, is also communicating with the DNS name server, and it is also communicating how it is going the information and receiving globe site and DNS globe world. Okay, so how these clients are communicating through the DNS name server, through the different DNS name servers. Okay, replication is, it is nothing but replication is the sharing the information. It is sharing the information between the objects. Method and start indicate that a new method. Send, pass the marshaled invocation request. Send is, start is different than send. Start is initializing. Send, it is after initializing, it is pass the marshaled invocation request. Invoked indicate that the invocation on the semantics object has completed. Invoking. Okay, how this the replication is performing in the core bus. Okay, here the replications are start, send, return, invoke. Start, send, return, invoke, like that. This is the sequence series. Examples of replication in globe: start, invoke, return. Just now we said start, invoke, return. Okay, this is explaining about the security issues of the Corba. That is, Corba is, this is the same interface as implemented by semantic. Interface is communicating with the control subobject, and replication, communication, security, semantics. Okay, replication subobject, communication subobject, security subobject, and semantic subobject. Just earlier we discussed about the replication and communication, security, semantics individual, and here it is security issues. It is going to implement that. It is the objects are related with the sub objects. Sub objects are communicating through the communication, security, semantics in security. Okay, how this security is going to give the information about the Corba, right? This is the summary of the topic that we just now we discussed about distributed object based system. Okay, so just you go through this topic and read, and if you feel any to know more about this, you can call me, you can mail me so that we can communicate. Thank you.